This is the Transformers Cyberverse Power of the Spark Leader Class Seismic Stomp Grimlock. I picked up this figure on super clearance at my local Toys R Us out here in Manila. Originally, it was going for 50 bucks or $46, $48. And I picked it up at a very low clearance price of $14 plus an additional 10% discount from Toys R Us. So it comes out to about $12.50. I mean, $12 is an amazing price for one figure that was originally being sold for about 50 bucks. Here's a quick look at the packaging. Looks interesting. I've had my eye on this ever since it went on first markdown in last September. But now in October, it has a second markdown. Hopefully it's a good purchase. Let's get this guy out of packaging. Here is Leader Class Cyberverse Grimlock out of packaging, and third time's the charm. I finally found the perfect Cyberverse Grimlock for my collection. I mean, that deluxe Grimlock, that teeny tiny deluxe class Grimlock was a joke. The Ultra Class, I forgot what this guy's name was, Flame Blast, I forgot. But the Ultra Class Grimlock was pretty good as a stand-in. Not a lot of fun to play with, though, in terms of the robot modes, articulation, and all that. Transformation was pretty cool. Dino Mode, okay. But this guy, compared to this guy, I think is the winner. I think this is the better Grimlock figure for the Cyberverse line. He's beefy, he's chunky, he transforms great. The gimmick isn't too bad or annoying. Enough articulation in the robot mode to make it really fun robot mode. Here is the, G1 styled Pseudo Series 86 Grimlock, where both these figures take their inspiration from. So he is definitely a much bigger figure than your standard leader class figure. Very beefy, chunky, just a nice Grimlock figure, hefty Grimlock figure to bring with you and display on the shelf. Scale-wise, he will obviously be too big for the deluxe line. He might be okay for the Ultra Class line, but with the Leader Class line, this is the Leader Class Cyberverse Optimus Prime. He fits nicely. He should be a tad bit bigger, but I'm pretty happy with the way things look. Look how Hulk-like he is compared to Optimus Prime. There's enough mass for him to really be sort of in scale with the Leader Class Optimus Prime. Okay, on to the features of this figure. There is enough articulation, as I mentioned, to make it a really fun figure. The head can swivel left and right, left and right. No waist or torso articulation, that is fine. The arms, you can go forward and backward, go in and out. I love, as I mentioned in other figures, I love the way they've molded this armpit so that it is a whole arm. Even when he spreads his arms out, it's a whole shoulder. Bicep swivel, there's a hinge elbow. Unfortunately, the wrists cannot swivel. They have a hinge, but if you want him in the prone position, he's like, you know, trying to lift some weights like this and all that. That's the only position you can get him in. And if you want it in the regular position, his fists are going to be up like that. Okay, now the hips, they go in and out, and forward and backward. They do the splits perfectly well. Thigh, or I guess knee swivel, hinge knees because of transformation. Feet can go up and down because of transformation. Now, the gimmick is the Seismic Stomp. So apparently he causes earthquakes, or there's an effect when he stomps. And what I love about the gimmick is it's not on a hair trigger, or it's not like you pose him one time and then it out pops that gimmick. It's not annoying. You can actually put the figure down and it's not going to activate the gimmick. If you like lay him down, he's fine. The switch is actually on the inner heel right here. These actually activate these Seismic Stomp effects. Okay, so that's cool. And you reset it this way, but they don't activate once you just put the figure down. It's not going to activate. You really have to stomp that figure. See, it doesn't even work if you stomp it hard enough. It's the heel that really gets that Seismic Stomp effect going. So very cool. Let's get him transformed into his Dino Mode. Okay, first thing you want to do, you want to lift this dinosaur T-Rex head like that. Okay, fold the arms back like this. Go ahead and fold the dino claws and the wrists like that. The arms, Dino arms are gonna fold this way. The neck is gonna close in like that, and you got half a dinosaur ready to go, ready to stomp. You got rockets right there and all that. The legs, actually, they're not as tricky as I thought they would be. So detach the hip piece from the abdomen piece like this, and then you have to prep the legs this way and this way. Rotate it this way and this way. And then the toes are going to collapse like this. And then these tail bits are going to detach themselves like this and form the massive tail of Grimlock. And then this whole leg assembly is going to form that top part of the tail. And then as you collapse the hips downward, you're going to go ahead and close and tab in those legs together. Okay, hold on. Okay. All right, that, and then just fold them all the way down up to the neck like that, just flush. Come on. Okay. And then you'll know you did it properly if these pegs right here can already tab onto these slots right here. And there you go. Essentially, that is Grimlock in his dinosaur mode with huge tail. It looks more like Godzilla than Grimlock, actually. Proportions aren't super great, but they work. He can stand on both these legs, even with the tail up, not supporting the figure. I think it's pretty cool. And to activate the gimmick, you press on these clear bits right here. Not here, but here at the edge. And it should release that flame tail effect, the Seismic Stomp. And he's a feather duster. You know, if it's a little dusty on Cybertron, he can just, you know, use his tail to get rid of all that. I don't know. It actually looks like a feather duster, to be honest. Anything else. So very cool. The tail can swing left and right. The legs do still share the articulation of the robot arms. The head can go up and down, as well as do the chomp chomp. Grimlock destroyed Decepticons. And just so you have a better appreciation of the size of this leader class Grimlock, here is with the ultra class Grimlock. It's like Daddy Grimlock and Baby Grimlock. Both look really great, but if you want the best use of your money for clearance Cybertron products, this leader class Grimlock, I think, is the better choice than this ultra class. Some final thoughts on leader class Cyberverse Grimlock. I love this figure. Figure's gonna get an 8.5 out of 10. I wanted to give it a 9, but they didn't put any weapons. And I think, you know, apart from that Seismic Stomp gimmick, I feel the same about this figure, much like I felt about the Cyberverse leader Optimus Prime, that Matrix Bash Matrix attack. Lights and sounds and actual voice clips from the show would have been a better. I think I would appreciate that better, much more than the spring-loaded gimmick. But as it is, it's a great figure. It's probably the best Grimlock figure in the entire Cyberverse line. I highly recommend this figure. Let me know in the comment section what you think of this Transformers Cyberverse Power of the Spark Seismic Stomp Leader Class Grimlock. Hit that notification bell so you never miss out on any of my latest video reviews. And if it's your first time here, please subscribe. Thanks for watching. Because you can literally, as I mentioned, no, seriously, you can,